everybody, this is Melanie. Welcome back to Crafting Chaos with Melanie. I hope everybody's doing good today. In today's video, we are going to be making a fall mini album. And this mini album is really designed to be an easy album to put together, to show you a way that I've actually, this is probably one of the first ways I learned how to do a mini album. And it's easy, especially when it comes to the inside of it, and I'll show you what I mean. So let me show you what we are going to be doing today. In today's video, we are highlighting how you can use a 6x6 paper pad and make a mini album. Now, I will tell you, I've already done a prototype, and then I'm doing this album with I had two of these 6x6s. So one 6x6 pad will just about do two full mini albums. I did have to pull in a couple of 12x12 sheets from here, which is fine. I have the whole collection. Great thing about Echo Park, and I'll list it down below, but they had, they have warehouse sales like once a month or so, and I got this for like the entire collection. I got the 12x12, I got the 6x6. I got the ephemera pack, and I also got the sweater weather coordinating solid cardstock. So, and I want to say I got all this for, it was like under like $14, like $13 for the entire collection, and I got a couple of them. So got a really good deal on that. So that's what we're going to be doing today in the mini album. I'm also going to show you how to use packaging to cover that. And what I am using is packaging from an Amazon envelope. Now I will tell you, I had not used this, and I got this the other day, and this is big. This is going to be the third album that I'm covering with this, and I still have, look at this, I got another album in here, easy, and it's packaging, but it's the envelopes. It's like the paper envelopes, and what was so cool is, let me show you, where's my prototype? I just put this together with some scraps. Look at this. What I loved about it, I want you to look at the outside. Do you see this? Do you see that? There are no cracks at all anywhere in this. And I'm telling you, there is nothing worse to me when I make a mini album and it cracks. I know it's not the end of the world. I know you can ink it. But for me personally, I hate it, guys. It ruins the album for me. So I was thrilled when I realized this didn't crack. So any kind of packaging you get like this, and I would bet your paper bags from the grocery stores are like this too. So you should try it the next time you go to Publix or whatever your food chain is. I don't know if Walmart has paper bags. You know what? I don't know if they do, but I know Publix, I believe, has paper bags, and we've got Winn-Dixie, Publix, and Fresh Market. And I know those have paper bags, but anyway, anywhere you could get paper bags, I bet you those would work too. So, all right, so we are going to be using that. So let's get started with this mini album. Okay, so let me move all this away. Again, we're using Sweater Weather by Echo Park. This is a fall album. I wanted to do one fall before we went into crazy Christmas mode. Honestly, I want to go into Christmas mode because I was in an incredible retreat this weekend. I took an online retreat with somebody new to me. I had seen her before with Catherine Pooler. She was a brand ambassador for many, many years with Catherine Pooler. And I was scrolling the internet, and I come across her, and I absolutely loved the kit. So I went into full Christmas mode, and that is coming later on this week because there's some things that are available, and I want to show you because I was blown away. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to get started on this. Sorry, I lost it for a minute. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is 2 pieces of heavyweight chipboard cut at 6.5 by 6.5. All right, so these are 6.5 by 6.5, and this is pre-cut. Okay, so I wanted to save a little time. So you got 6.5, two pieces, 6.5 by 6.5. And I will tell you, I ordered the wrong chipboard. This isn't medium weight like I normally do. So instead of just letting it sit there, I glued them together. And nobody's going to know the difference. So I do prefer medium chipboard, but if you want to use cereal boxes or whatever, just put some together, glue them together and make it. It works. And then for your spine, the spine is 2 inches by 6.5. Okay, so 2 pieces of chipboard, 6.5 by 6.5, and then 1 piece of chipboard, 2 by 6.5. Okay, and on the back of these, I did go ahead and put my double stick tape. Now a little tip is make sure, or it helps, it's got 2 directions with the chipboard. You've got the direction that's kind of hard to bend, and then you have the flippy, like it's really easy. So you want the hard way this way. So you want the hard way to go across, up and down. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. But anyway, okay. So I went ahead and I pre-cut some of the packaging because it's so big. And we are just going to put this on here. I cannot wait to do this. All right, let's see here. So how's everybody doing? I know a lot of my subscribers went to Craft Acropolis last week. I know that had to be fun. I usually go, unfortunately. I wasn't able to go this fall, which is fine. I needed to be home. But I did miss everybody. Oh my goodness. I've seen some of the pictures and it looks like you guys had such a good time. So that's fantastic. Anytime you go to a May event, it's a good time. It's a good time. And you know what I love even more about it? It's a safe place. I was telling my husband today that, you know, I find it rather nice to be considered just a boring crafting lady now. Like, I'll take that any day. Alright, so I'm just going to line this up here and keep about a 1/2 inch around. Nothing crazy. Alright, and I'm going to burnish that down really good, and we'll turn that over and do it again on the front. Now, I always like to bring a T-ruler in. By using this T-ruler, it's so easy to help line this up. Now, there are tools that you can buy for this. I got this T-ruler off of Amazon, and I love it. I love this little T-ruler, and this is what I use it for. You've seen me do this in many videos if you've seen any of my other mini albums that I've made. So, what I'm going to do is just line this up because I want this to be even. And I'm going to take this over to the 1/2 inch. Right now, let's take it over to the 1 inch. Alright. And then I'm going to go to 1/4 on that. I just want about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe about 1/8. Alright, let's see here. Let's put this down and get this. Yeah, about right there. About right there. Now, I think my spine's a little off. I think it's a little long, but that's all right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Remember, this is handmade, guys, and sometimes we get a little off. That's okay. Those things don't bother me. Cracked spines bother me. I can live with a little bit off of the spine, but I don't like a cracked spine. Isn't that funny? We all have our little pet peeves, don't we? Okay, now let's see here, and it's where okay. All right, so let's line this up. Make sure I've got it going the way I want it. I'm gonna do the same thing. Go to the inch, and I'm gonna go to about the 1/8, about right there. Okay, and there we go. Now, let's get rid of this trash. Y'all, my trash is full. I have a basket. I think I've told the story before, but my very dear friends in Virginia, when I moved about 10 years ago, I can't believe it's been that long since I've been here. I loved it was Longenberger, and it was a hamper. It's really big, and I loved it, but I couldn't afford to buy it at the time. And all these ladies at the church went together and got me this hamper, and it's been by my side in my craft room every day since we moved. And I put my scrap paper in it and just use it as that type of trash can. And yeah, now I will tell you, I messed up. Okay, so don't do what I just did, but I think it'll be all right. I think I'll be able to cover it all. When you're using this, put the writing to the inside. Put the writing to the inside. So glue your chipboard to the writing. I did not do that. I meant to do that, and I got to talking and forgot. So now what I'm going to do is trim this down a little bit, because I don't need all this here. So we're going to trim this down. And it's not going to be exactly even. I'm okay with that. I'm going to do about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Maybe something like that. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do this. Man, I got that so crooked. Guys, I cannot get a straight line with a pair of scissors to save my life. Oh my gosh. That's insane. That is insane. Alright, so let's go here. You know, I do have a Facebook group, and I'm going to be more active on that group, and I'm going to put my Facebook group below. Actually, I think in my bio, it might be there, but I'm going to try to be more active so we can start posting things and chit-chat and talk. And now, right here, do you see this? I got a little bit short, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I'm not going to stress about it. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're just going to give this a good, right, and now we're going to get some score tape, some double stick tape, adhesive. I have Elizabeth Crafts, I have Sequin, I guess you could say that, scrapbook.com. I think this particular one came off of Amazon, maybe. I think, I'm not even for sure. There's no name on this. Now, see how I messed this up? Oh my gosh. I really did screw that one up, but that's alright. It will work, guys. It will work. We can cover that up. What I don't like covering up is what? A cracked spine. That's like beating a dead horse, isn't it? Okay. Everybody getting ready for the holidays? So who puts their tree up? My daughter and I, we have a tradition, and we always put it up the weekend after Halloween, which Halloween falls on a Friday, so I guess Saturday we're putting our tree up. Okay. Now guys, this is not even. If that bothers you, you can definitely line this up and get this more even around. This does not bother me. Alright, so next thing is we need to miter the edges. So I do pretty good at this. What you need to do is you don't want to cut it right up against that, because if you do, it's going to show your corner. So you want to leave a little bit to cover those corners, okay? So we're just going to come around here and miter these edges. Now, if you do cut it too close and you know, it's not the end of the world. We can cover that. There's ways to cover that. Okay? Alright. So, the first one I'm going to do is this edge that I got way off. We're going to go ahead and do this edge here. This is my pokey tool, guys. I love this tool. This came from Unique Creations. Is that it? They're an Australian company. They have gorgeous paper. And I ordered this with some paper one time. And I love this little tool. Now, I like to get my art glitter glue. Where's my press? Let's see. You know what? My press is there in the back. I'm going to just use the bottle. And I like taking the glue and putting it up against your chipboard. Just like that. That way it makes good contact. It's good and glued. Just bring it up. Let it sit for a second. Then I'm going to start in the middle and I'm just going to work my way out. Okay, then I'm going to do the same. Now I want to show you something. We're using 6x6 paper. Actually, this is 6.5, so this will be covered with pockets and cardstock, so you will not be able to see that. So the way the album I designed, it will be all right. All right, so now we're going to go to the other long, the top and the bottom. I like doing those first. You know, I was not going to divide this up in 2 videos, but I decided I am. We're going to put this thing completely together. We are going to put the cardstock down, the decorative cardstock down on all the pages, and then we're going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to decorate the front cover and decorate the inside covers as well. All right, now I like to give this a good, get that in there. This is the heart of your album. All right, now we're getting to the edge here. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to pull this. Okay. I'm going to put some glue down. Now, whenever you're doing these edges, it's like doing a Christmas present. I like to get my little bone folder, press this down, and go in. That's all you're doing. Okay? So let's see. So just press this down and in. Do you see that? So you're kind of covering that corner. And then I'm just going to take and go up. There you go. Wow. Do you see that? Do you see that corner? How pretty? Wow. I nailed that corner. Now watch me screw this one up. All right. Okay, now let's put our glue. All right. And now we're going to do the same thing. Guys, whenever you learn to build the base of an album, there's so many different ways people do it. I have done it every way. I have done albums so many ways, and there's some techniques that I love. And there's one in particular they teach with Country Craft Creations, and I just feel like that's their style, and I don't know. I feel weird teaching it because that's kind of their thing. But there's different ways. But once you learn how to build your album base, once you learn this technique, you can do anything. All you gotta do is change the sizes up. That's it. Album making is not complicated. Like, you can make the simplest albums and just make them so pretty with decorating and... All right, look at that. Look, there's no bending. Oh my goodness. Now guys, I messed up. Shoot. I'm going to go with this because this is my book. And is it going to bother me? Yes, it's going to bother me, but I'm not redoing it, and I'm going to live with it. The only place that you're going to be able to see the black is going to be right here in this fold. And you're going to be able to see that. So make sure you don't do what I did, unless, you know, that doesn't bother you. I'm going with it. I don't like it, but I'm going with it. Okay, so now we need to cover this right up, right here. And I cut a piece for that already, I think. Yes, I got it right here. And out of that same packaging, I cut this 5 inches. Let's see here. I cut it 6 1/4 by 5 inches. So, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I just made a lot of noise. I wanted this a little bit shorter. I don't want this to go from the top to the bottom, okay? Because I don't want to see it. When we use our matting, we'll be able to cover this, okay? So let's put us some double stick glue on this. I probably should have already done that. And I'm going to go here. I do have several different sizes of this glue, and I will tell you, when it comes to album, I like wrapping my albums in double stick tape because I want glue from edge to edge. That is one thing. If you do not get the adhesive on this, it will bubble up. You're going to have a bubble, and I'm not a big fan of that. So, you know, to each their own. You can use glue. By all means, if you want to use glue, use glue. But I like, uh-oh, that's a little bit too thin. Here we go. I like using the double stick glue, whatever you want to call this, Sequin. Okay, now let's burnish this down really good. And I am also going to put a little bit of tape right here. Now, I know that's a lot of tape, but guys, I do not want this to bubble up around the edges. I just don't. So, I'm making sure right here we have good coverage. I think we have good coverage, but I'm just going to make sure, okay? Alright, so let's take our picky tool and just get this. Okay, something we are going to do different. I'm going to show you an easy method to add pages to a book. Now, some people call this the lazy way. Some people, you know, I think they're afraid it's not going to last. And guys, I have albums that are 10 years old with this, and it lasts fine. And it's so easy. Any of you all can do this. So that is what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to line this up and bring it down just a little bit. Remember, this is not edge to edge from top to bottom, okay? It's a little bit short. Now, I am going to burnish this down really good. I want to make sure that this is in there, okay? I want to make sure that there's no bubbling, and there's not. Do you see that? I don't have any bubbling, and I don't have any bubbling because of that full coverage tape that I used. It makes a difference. Okay, now we are going to add the pages. Guys, this is so easy. We're not making, what do you want to call it? The insert, the binding, that's it, the binding strip. The binding are the pages. So, let me show you what we're going to do. Remember, I said this is easy. I do have heavyweight cardstock. This is 100-pound cardstock. And this is 4 pieces at 6 3/4 by 6 1/2. Okay. Then you're going to put your 6 3/4 in your scoreboard on the 6 3/4 side, right? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch. And you're going to do 4 of these. Okay. So remember, you need 4 pieces, 6 3/4 by 6 1/2, and score a 1/2 inch. Okay? All right. Let's see here. Yep. You know what? I did do something a little different. It's 6 3/4, and I took off 1/8 of an inch of the bottom of the 6 1/2. So what would that make that? Let me see here. Let me get my thing here. So instead of 6 1/2, it's going to be 6 and 1, 2, 3/8. 6 3/8. Let me change this. This is going to be 6 3/8 because I want it a little bit shorter than the album because I don't want any edges hanging out, okay? I want it to be very careful. So whenever you do this formula, just make you a 1/2 inch. This is your binding right here. All right. So I knew I wanted 4 pages, and each gusset, each binding strip is a 1/2 inch. And that's how I got my 2-inch spine. Does that make sense? 4 of these at a 1/2 inch is 2 inches. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this around. And I did ink my edges on everything. Let's see, where's my inker tool? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to ink this spine, this being really good. Now I am going to go back through and do the whole album. Okay. But for time's sake right now, I just did this so I could see it. I know that's the spine. I know I don't want to go in that, right? So I am using double stick tape as well as glue stick. And this glue stick is Tombow Mono Glue Stick. I get it off Amazon. And I'm just going to go down this right here. And the reason I'm doing that is it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Okay? Alright, so let's go in here. Let me turn this around because this is easier for me to do it this way. Okay, and we're going to go in here and we're just going to come to that spine piece. Come over just a little bit. Perfect. And we're going to burnish this down really good. And we got our first page. Now we come in with our second. We're going to take this off. I'm just going to put some glue stick on it. I'm going to come in here right beside of this page. And I'm going to line that up as close to that page as it's not going over, but there's no space, right? Alright, let's see what we got here. You see? Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so we're going to do that again. Take this. I'm just going to take my double stick glue. And do the same thing. I'm going to take this. We're going to line this up. Top to bottom. Now, I don't have a lot of leeway in the spine, okay, because it's 2 inches. So I just want to make sure. There we go. Now, let's do the last one. Take some double stick. I think it's so, this is a trick I learned off Genevieve, but it does make a difference. It gives you, especially with this double stick tape, because when it hits, it's down. It's down unless you want to get your undo out. And so, you know, you have to be very meticulous with this. Look at that. Near perfect. Look. Oh, do you see how easy that is? There's no binding strip. I didn't have to make anything and, you know, make the binding feature and put in here. We just use the pages. Now this one's off just a little bit right here. So I'm just going to rework this a little bit to where it's covering that. I'm just working with my, there we go. Perfect. And just like that, you got your pages in. Do you see how easy that is? And guys, these will last. This is going to last. This is not going anywhere. Like I said, I've got some that I've had for 10 years. And look how easy that is. And I use this all the time. And it's okay to do this. It's perfectly fine to do this. Okay. Now where are we at? All right. The sides here. I don't think we are going to, let me see here. Look, to give you a little sneak peek. I've already made one. I think what I just put the pockets down. Okay, so now what we're going to do I'm not using any magnets in this album, okay? So we are just building on the album. We're using ribbon and other things to keep the flaps shut, okay? So for the front and the back, we have a pocket and a flip, right? So you need 2 pockets cut at 7.5 by 3, and you're going to score on 3 sides, okay? And then for the flaps, you need 2 flaps cut at 6.5 by 4 3/8. And on the 4 3/8 side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch, okay? So you're going to put it in your scoreboard like this on the 4 3/8, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch, all right? So now with the pocket, you want to miter. Now with pockets, some people use double stick tape. Some people use glue. Guys, I'm using glue. I'm using glue on my pockets because I don't want anything stuck on them, okay? So we are going to come in here and burnish this. Make sure this is burnished really good. Now you got to be careful with this cardstock because it does have a tendency to tear. So, and my little kitty's fixing to make her debut. She's right behind my chair right now, right behind my head. And so at any moment, she is probably going to jump up on my table. So just be prepared. All right, so we're going to come here and do this pocket. Here she comes. Making sure I'm outside. Kitty. She got tape on her foot. I wish you could have just seen that. Making sure we're not in that score, right? We don't want to be in the score. And we're just going to burnish that down really good. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to put glue. Okay? And we're going to glue that down. All right. There we go. And now we have our flip. Our flap. I guess you would call this a flap because it's going up. Now normally, Kitty, what are you doing, honey? What are you doing? What are you doing? You got to get down. Come on. Go on. Oh, okay. So on this flap, you need 2 pieces cut at 6.5 by 4 3/8. Remember, on the 4 3/8 side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch in. So on the flap, I'm actually going to use double stick tape because it's not going to interfere with anything. All right, so let me find the size that I want. Because I don't know how I lose stuff like I do. But let me tell you, I lose it. There it is. I'm telling you, I'm so bad. Oh, goodness. And while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. Because remember, oh, no, Kitty. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, she is trying to get up on one of my shelves, and it will fall if she gets up there. Man, she is rowdy today. She is a rowdy kitty today. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up here. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so I can see it. I'm going to turn this upside down, okay? Because it's easier for me to see. And I'm going to come here, coming outside that score line and to the top. Perfect. Now, I want to show you something. Do you see the little space right there? That is on purpose. That's on purpose. I don't want this to come all the way down, okay? We are going to be putting some inserts right here, and those inserts is what's going to be holding this down, all right, instead of magnets. So it is okay if a little bit of this is shown because we're going to mat it. So everything's okay. So don't stress about that, okay? So let's just come here really quick, and we're going to do the back the exact same way. I'm going to bring my art glitter glue. we're just going to stick this down. I really wanted to make this album easier, but yet giving you some options on the pockets. You know, pockets are easy, flaps are easy, and it adds so much interest to your books. And the way we did the binding just with the pages. So I want everyone to feel like they can make this. Like anybody can make this. Come on. All right, I think I got this one. No, I got it right. Okay. So there we go. Now we're going to make sure this is stuck down. Yep. Now my other cat's in here. Oh my goodness. You might hear a cat fight in a minute. I'm going to turn this upside down just like before. And we are going to put this down from side to side, top to bottom. And voila. And just like that, you have that. Okay. So this is what we got so far, right? We have our outside done. You're going to open it. We're going to have a flap. Let me show you. Let me just pull out. We're going to make a little booklet. We're going to make some inserts, and the inserts is what's going to hold these down. So I'm actually going to leave that right there so it holds it down for me. All right, and then we have our pages. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, which is 8, right? Because you got front and back, 2, 4, 6, 8. Look how beautiful this looks. Okay, so now we're going to do my infamous 3x4 flaps. I love doing these. So what you're going to need at this point, you're going to have to decide what decorator paper that you want to use. Okay, so I have my 8 sheets of a paper from the 6x6 pad. All right, and what's so cool about these will fit perfectly on these. Perfectly. Look at that. You don't have to trim them. You're using the whole piece. There's no waste. All right. So what you need now, so you need 8 6x6 sheets of paper, and you're going to make 4 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 squares, and you are going to score a 1/2 inch on the 3 3/4 side. So you're going to put it in your scoreboard like this, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch. Okay. All right. Just stick it in there like this and score a 1/2 inch. All right, and you're going to do 4 of those. And the reason that I want to do these with the paper, because I'm actually going to stick this down. I'm actually going to stick this down on the paper itself. Am I doing that? Yes, that's what we're doing. Right? Let me double check here. Yeah, that's what I liked. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we are going to take just some glue, and we're going to take our glue, and we're going to take our first sheet. Do I want this? I think that just blends too much. Don't you think that blends too much? We're going to go with this side because that's how I have it, and we're going to stick with it. There's a reason I have it that way. All right, and there you go. And then we're just going to take our glue, and we're going to glue these pages down. All right. This is so easy. We're going to take this, and we're just going to glue that down, kind of getting it lined up. Now this is a darker brown, which is fine with me. You may not like the dark brown. I kind of liked it. It's what I had in my stash. So it is what I had in my stash. Now this one, there's nothing on this one. There is no kind of wish I'd done that side. Love that side. There is no flap on this one. So the fronts are going to have the flap. The backs are just going to be simple. Okay. So now we're to our next flap. We're going to take, going to put some glue, and all you're going to do is line this up. Right, and then we're going to take glue. Now see, I'm perfectly fine with using art glitter glue on putting the decorative paper down. I'm fine with that. Doesn't bother me at all. As long as it's thicker paper and you can't see the glue. Okay. Now I will tell you, these will house 3x4 photos really good and 4x4 photos really good. Alright, so now our next page. Oh, I think I want that. That's pretty. Let's see. And then this right here. I think that's how we're going to do that. I love this paper. We're going to go rogue. We are going to go rogue. Here's our next one. Let's see here what we got. Blue, yellow, green. Alright, we're just going to line this up. The reason I'm doing it on the paper is because where there's such a mat around this, where the mat itself is the actual page, then you would be able to see the fold. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you took this, flap, right, and you did it right here, let's say we did it right here, then when you did your mat, you would be able to, it wouldn't line up exactly. See, you'll see that, and I don't like that. So that is the reason that we do it this way right here. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do our next page. We are going to do this. Yes, I think that's pretty. Yep. We're going to do this one right here. Ah, I did it again, guys. I put glue on the wrong side. I really wanted to show this side. Oh. All right, that's okay. All the paper's pretty. And the great thing about using a collection is it all goes together, guys. Every sheet of this paper is designed to go together. You do not have to think about it. Okay, so now we've got our next page. We're going to do this side. So let's put, do I want yellow? I think I want yellow. Even though I've used yellow, I think yellow would look better. So we are doing yellow. So I'm going to come in here. See how easy this is? Using a 6x6. I love not having to cut this paper. Literally, like there's no trimming to it. You just... Now this will dry glue. This will dry clear. Of course it'll dry glue. And guys, I got that one a little off. This one's a little crooked, but that's fine. I can fix that when I design the pages. Okay, and now we've got the last page. So what I want you to do is go ahead and make your book whatever you want to use. If you got this collection, that would be great. If you don't, then just use whatever you have in your stash, guys. All right. Okay, now let's go back over what we got. We got our album cover. It's killing me that I covered this wrong, but it's a teachable moment, right? And then we're going to have our flip and our pocket. Then we have our little, right? These just come right out. Now, I already have these cut out. We could just go ahead and put these down really quick. Let's see, that one there. I like that. Let's flip it. This one. I like that there. That's cute. Oh, this is so cute. Or that one. I think that one. Or this one. Fall is my jam. Okay, we're just going to glue these down really quick. These are the cut-aparts. Now, these cut-aparts are from, there's a couple of them in your 6x6, but I got the cut-aparts from the 12x12 because there's a whole sheet of them. So I did get the cut-aparts from the 12x12. You could do a 3x4 photo here. You could make your own cut-apart. You could decorate this however you wanted to. You don't have to have a cut-apart. Bring your stamps in. You know what? I think I'm going to go with this. Now, this looks really busy, right? This looks kind of busy right now, but I promise you that when we do all the decorating, it will break it up a little bit. The whole idea of this album is to show you how easy you can make an album with what you have and decorate it and just take it to a next level by decorating and adding just little minimum flips and flaps. Like, it just makes all the difference. And you don't have to have magnets. There's no magnets in this. Now, I'm the magnet queen. We all know how much I love magnets. I keep them, I love them, and I use them. But I wanted to use one with no magnets. And I will tell you, we can go ahead and do this part. This is the ribbon that I'm using. I got this ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and I think I got this year. I love it. Isn't that pretty? And I know all their fall is 50 or 60% off now. And this was 30 feet for $2.99, so I probably got this for $1.50 or so. So what I'm going to do is I like to put tape right where I want it, right? And I'm going to put this down right there. And then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to try to line this up as close as I can. And I'm going to do the same thing. And just like that, we have our closure. I didn't get quite enough tape there. Again, no magnets. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's okay. There. All right. Here we go. All right. All right. I hope you like this video. And again, this is such an easy album to make. I'm going to end it here. I will be back tomorrow with the finishing of this book. We're going to do the front covers and the inside covers and finish this up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, give me a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. I don't know what you're waiting for. We are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff for Christmas, and I'm very excited about that. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.